After demolishing the Double T's at their hideout, our heroes learn that there is more behind this gang of thugs, as a broken illusion spell reveals. With everyone else knocked unconscious but stable, Acantha and The Future do what adventurers do and get looting. Will they find lots of healing potions and gold? Will they be able to interview the one surviving member of the Double T's and find out who Darthi really is? What's the opposite of metagaming? Find out in this episode of Launched into Fantasy.
Last episode, y'all had your climactic, incredibly difficult-seeming fight.
Harrowing, some would say.
Yeah.
With a bunch of bandits.
Not good, some would say.
You managed to come in
nearly lethal, some
clean
would say.
house. You managed to clean house, literally, and now you have a pile of knocked-out friends and an out-cold Darthi. The only people awake and aware are The Future and Acantha Vadoma. What do you do?
Alright, first of all, we gotta wake these guys up. So, wow. Just doing the voice. So, let's search around and maybe look for, like, health potions.
Yeah, let's check. Can we check out the dead?
Okay. You try to loot... Well, you don't try. You loot the supposed Darthi and the barkeep, and you find, between them, 20 gold.
I'll put it in the group.
Yeah, group.
The communal pool.
Yeah.
Can I look specifically for anything that would be healing?
Like I said, if they had healing items, they would have used them themselves.
That's true, but we might have killed. We might have shocked them. Like maybe they didn't think about it.
Make an investigation check.
18 plus 6, so 24.
Okay. Scrambling around in the because once you get a good chance to look around and you're not in a haze of bloodlust. This room seems to be a combination of a bedroom and a study, and you notice in the middle of the room is a work desk slash just a regular desk one would find in a study. Upon rifling through the drawers, you find some random papers, and in one of the deeper drawers, you notice 2 vials of a familiar liquid, and you know them to be 2 healing potions.
Alright, I'm going to use them on Graak, and I'm going to use it on the bugbear.
Okay, so upon administering a healing potion to Graak and Kieg, both of us will roll 2d4 plus 1.
6.
Kieg gains 7 HP. Both Graak and Kieg's eyes flare open as they are both administered blood potions. They are now conscious and awake.
And not bleeding. Or...
No, as they drink the potion, their wounds kind of heal over and like stop and staunch any bleeding. You all had stabilized them anyway, so they weren't bleeding in the first place. But now their wounds are no longer gaping or open or there.
Cool.
Kieg sits up and goes, "Ugh, that was brutal.
Yeah.
A random bandit did this to me.
Metal.
I'm getting sloppy." And he staggers up.
Started channeling Solid Snake for a moment there.
He looks at the form of Darthi and goes, "Oh, God damn it! And shit."
Get to us for this shit.
So then, where is he?
Well, could be the random figure I saw on the edge of the roof.
Explain.
Kieg's
What random figure?
Kieg's head snaps towards you and goes, "Explain!"
Yeah, we both said, explain!
At the same time.
Alright. Look, don't blame me, guy was faster. What ended up happening is I saw the window open. There was a I went over once I hit our friend here. I ran over to the window, check it out. Hooded figure, shadowy. Couldn't get a good look at him, but he gave me a little salute and hit it on his way. Unfortunately, I couldn't catch up to. Unfortunately, I made my move on our friend here again, so I couldn't quite aim a blast at him.
Well, I think we can all assume that was Darthi. The question is, where did he go?
Well, we got his friend here. If you want to stabilize him...
Interrogation. Lovely.
Either way.
In a world.
In a world where everything sucks.
In a world where bugbears, orcs, and dwarves all work together, we must find the human scourge.
In a world where a wizard crits twice.
On himself.
In a world where a wizard attacks his friends more often than his enemies.
In a world where I'm just gonna go hide.
Kieg brings up his fist and slams it on the floor in frustration as he gets up. And he goes to look out the window, and Kieg actually climbs out the window and along the roof, leaving you guys alone in the house, or in the room.
And just what in the hells is he hoping to accomplish?
I want to check out downstairs and see if there's anything else that we can get, because we still have one of our teammates knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, I'm going to go over to the window and say to Kieg, if you find anything, come back here.
Yeah,
so I'd like to go downstairs and loot the body.
All the voices making me laugh.
Between all of those bodies, you find an additional 15 gold between all of them.
15 gold?
And, anywhere between, a cobbled amount of silver and gold. Equal to about 15.
I'm doing this on purpose because you ordered that fucking drink while we were in the middle of fighting. So I'm going to do all the looting and you got to be knocked out.
Oh, George's still out fucking cold.
Yeah, that's why
And he's like, I want to loot. Yeah.
Oh, there's also a hoard upon looking
of
at
stuff that dwarves really think is cool.
Let's burn it.
Basically,
let's burn the booze. Actually, no, I want to drink the booze. Let's not burn it.
You find 9 scimitars, many 8 sets of leather armor, 8 light crossbows, because every one of them had scimitars and crossbows. And between Darthi, you find a scimitar and a dagger and studded leather. If you decide to strip him.
Studded leather?
Studded leather.
Anybody need any of these things?
Nope. I've got my eyes on full plate.
What about you?
I think you need a feat to wear that kind of armor.
I think that might.
Class feature
what
later.
kind of leather? What kind of armor do you have?
I have cloth.
I don't think
wizards can wear any armor. Otherwise, they take a penalty.
Really, even leather?
Yeah.
Yeah, because leather.
I don't.
What are you, a sorceress?
I'm a
warlock.
warlock.
Okay, so warlocks, I'm assuming, are a little bit more battle ready. So, anyways, I'm gonna go. I noticed the notes, so I'm gonna take a look at them.
In the notes, you just see basic accounts. They're debt sheets, accounts of sale, because I guess they were running this bar. Nothing really pertaining to any leads or anything else, or who it was that was out the window.
Thank God we made that promise with Daruda, because there's not even enough to cover their fucking debts here.
Yeah.
Nope. Presumably, it may have gone out the window with the guy.
It might have. Is there anything behind the bar? Is there a cash box?
In the cash box, it is locked. You can attempt to break it.
What can I break it with?
Just attack it.
I have a mace. All right. No one.
You hit yourself in the knee.
Yeah. You knock yourself out. And it would be plus my strength?
Plus your strength, and if you're proficient in it, your proficiency. I assume you would pick up things that you're proficient in.
Yeah, 10.
Okay, roll damage. It's 2d6?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Plus 2, so 9.
Well, you smash that lock real good,
right.
And opening the cash box, you see an assorted collection of coins equal to 30 gold. Fuck, I was gonna sneeze and it just...
You were preemie, right?
Yeah.
You gotta look at
That's
the
what I
light.
was doing.
Okay.
Like, it was just like...
All preemies sneeze when they look at lights.
It's weird. So you've cracked open the cash box. There are 2 rooms connected to this.
The kitchen
and another room you haven't
the
gone
mystery
to.
room.
Yeah.
I'd like to not go in either of those rooms by myself in case there's somebody hiding.
Maybe?
Because I don't know if we if any, because the only description we really got was of Darthi.
You can attempt it. Who knows? You could always go to the door and listen to it. Or do a perception check.
Yeah, I do that.
Sorry, I was drinking. Roll.
Perception?
Yep.
7.
You hear Jack. So, okay. So you put your ear to the door. And
Put my ear on the doorknob.
And
Clearly.
You hear nothing. You can attempt to open the door quietly and peer into it.
Yeah, could I do a stealthy door open?
Yes. Just let me think. What would that be? That would be a stealth check.
Okay. I have a +4 to that, so. 5.
Plus 4, so 9.
No, 1.
Oh.
+4.
You open the door and it makes a sound as like it seems like every bit of wood around the door is just creaking under the weight of the door moving across it, making the most loud, jarring sound you've ever heard. As you peer
Sneaky as always.
As you peer into the room, you find a barracks with no one in it.
Okay. I just noticed the music went off, so I'm gonna turn it back on.
Yep.
So there's nobody in it?
Nope. Just a set of bedrooms and shit.
Are there? Is it like beds, like bunk beds?
Yes, they're bunk beds.
Are there like foot lockers at the ends of the beds,
Nope,
or
just beds?
Just beds?
Yep.
No
Beds.
dressers, no.
Nope.
No.
Presumably, this could be one of many hideouts, not actually their home.
Right. All right.
So they could have stayed there if they needed to.
Does anybody have a set of keys on them?
Nope. As you check them out, none of them, no keys that you can find.
Well, shit, because I wanted to.
The barkeep, actually, no, the barkeep had keys to the lockbox behind the bar.
I want to lock the front door and be like, "Oh, this is our new group hideout."
No.
Can we call it the launch pad?
How dare you?
No.
How dare you?
I think you rolled a 1 on that joke.
You kind of.
Please.
Oh, so I get the terrible music, but he doesn't?
Roll
I'm pouting at
Roll
you.
3d6 intelligence damage. You smell toast.
Let's see. I take 7 intelligence damage.
You go into a coma. Your brain leaks out of your nose. Alright.
Okay, so there's nothing but beds there.
Nope, just beds. Some of them seem to be like slept in, but that's it.
Alright, I guess I'll go check out the kitchen.
Okay. So once you go into the kitchen, you find a kitchen with nobody in it.
Alright,
There seems to be indeed there was food being ready, or food cooking that you smell.
anybody cooking with a healing potion?
No, that's just not how
We
that
got a
works.
knocked out fucking dwarf here.
You got 2 healing potions. You found them. He
I
did.
found?
No, he did.
Yeah, but he gave them to.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
Kieg
it.
He
and
gave them
Graak.
away.
So one of us is just gonna have to carry.
None of the bandits were cooking with magic.
Not it. I touched the side of my nose.
I mean, I can carry him. I'm strong enough.
None of those bandits were cooking with magic. None of them were emerald.
Bam.
None of them just went BAM! Or got their spice weasel.
Spice it up a notch.
They used their spice weasel. You see some strewn out food, maybe some meat that was set out, that was chopped and maybe set out to be put in a stew or something. And on a stove, you do smell there is the scent of soup on the burner.
Okay, I turn off the burner.
Okay, you open the stove and you somehow blow it all out in one go.
I'm a warlock.
Fire is yours to command.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Okay, so that's about it. You can make a search check, or you can make a perception check. Or
What kind of check am I doing
I'm
here?
trying to think if it's. I can't tell if it's investigation or I'll say it's investigation.
Well, it's investigation if you're looking for something.
Yeah,
It would
I
be
guess it's
perception
fair.
if you notice something.
That's fair. You can make an
I have a
investigation.
+2 on either one, so it does not matter.
So you can attempt to maybe find something.
18.
You find food.
All right. Any of it like freeze dried or
No.
MREs or
You find stale bread. You do find some like freeze some like jerky, like just meat jerky.
Okay, I'm gonna write jerky.
You find basically 5 rations worth of food for you to take. Okay, you find 2 wine skins, 5 rations worth of jerky, and some water skins. 2 water skins full.
Water!
Okay.
Life-giving water!
Okay, that's about it. That's all you
Okay,
find.
so I've looked through everything.
Yeah, you've raided the kitchen.
All right. There was nothing to raid in
You
there.
you never actively checked the bar though. I will inform you that you never did check the bar.
All right, yeah. Let me check out the bar. I do that.
You can do that. make your investigation check.
17.
You find an assortment of alcohol. Some were damaged in the fight. You find.
Is there any fireball?
Well, you find 1 bottle of fine whiskey that could go for about 12 gold a bottle, and you find 1 of those. The rest is just like cheap grog and
like watered down
Yeah.
shit. I
But that
take
was-
the bottle of whiskey.
that was presumably the good shit, at least in this hovel of a bar.
Is it okay if I do one more investigation check on top, see if there's
Yeah,
anything
go
that
for
I
it,
missed?
dude. Go for it.
18. No, wait, hold on. 20. Sorry.
All right, so digging through the room, you don't find anything until you decide to get bored, and you cut into the bed mattress, and you find in the corner an additional 6 gold.
6 gold.
Keep it, because you don't have any.
After a while,
I won't tell.
when you're in the bar Wednesday, you see a shadow drop from like above to the window furthest ahead of you, and then Kieg just walks in, and he just looks furious, and he just looks at you and says, "I couldn't find anything. He's gone. Not even a spare track. No overturned garbage, no nothing. He just vanished."
Oh shit.
That's how I feel, and you see him like put his hand to his head and tilt it and crack his neck.
Well, considering...
You're still upstairs.
Oh.
You walk downstairs.
You walk downstairs and hear everything.
Hear that?
Like some sort of sitcom.
Yes. Well, I mean, I could hear Kieg returning,
You know,
I assume.
yeah, it's fair. It's dead quiet in here.
Yeah, so I hear him return, and I go downstairs and hear that, and I say, well, considering that our friend here looked like Darthi, I guess, I'm assuming that Darthi himself is some kind of mage, either a sorcerer or a wizard. So if that's the case, then he could have used some sort of spell to mask his trace.
Could be.
It's pretty interesting that a wizard is just a leader of a gang. Either way, we'll find out eventually, or maybe not. They could just lie low for however long they want.
I'd like to bring
They'll
up
only lie low as long as we don't...
Regardless, we did what we were tasked as aces. Whether or not we captured Darthi wasn't the issue. It was stopping this group, and as he looks upon the dead, I think we did that.
Yeah, but if we don't stop Darthi, then there's the case that he could just rile up some new bandits and start them all over from scratch. And we won't have stopped the problem, we'll only have put a band-aid on it.
Either way, our assignment was to stop them. Regardless, who knows? But for now, I'm going to call this mission success. Just not very comfortable, or really worth it in my opinion that we didn't bag the leader. But still, we did our job, and that's all we can do for now.
Now we gotta go do paperwork.
Is
With
somebody
me as witness, you don't have to do a thing.
is somebody gonna go get the dwarf before we leave?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go upstairs and just pick up our little friend here.
Still
Has he shrunk back down yet?
You only look human. You still weigh exactly the same.
You look human, but like, say for example, you're 4 feet, and you did. Oh no, I was thinking of an illusion. No, you just look like a short human.
Yeah. Yeah. So, by the way, what's a Kieg strength score?
Kieg strength score is not as high as one might think.
Because if it's not as high as Graak's, then Graak is the ideal candidate to carry our unconscious dwarf here.
You have a higher strength than Kieg.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah, that beats a 15. Kieg is a dexterity character.
All right, so we're gonna leave this place.
I
This is there
guess.
to do.
Someone stay here while I get the constable. They're gonna want to clean up the bodies. And Kieg leaves, presumably to find a constable.
Well, we might as well just stay here, wait for Kieg to get back.
After what seems to be...
After a short rest. No.
You can take a short rest. It's definitely longer than 10 minutes. With a short rest, I do believe you gain your HP up to your hit dice per level.
So just up to your hit
What
dice?
about me?
You also
Okay.
you're technically having a short rest. So you roll your hit dice and you add that.
Okay.
What's the hit dice for a wizard? It's
It should be.
4.
So
1d6.
you roll a d6.
Okay.
I gain exactly, I guess, 1 hit point.
Whatever, and I think I don't know if you get spells back after a short rest.
Probably not.
You get
I don't think so.
You need 8 hours for
Yeah, I guess to get
spells.
You after a while, Kieg returns, and behind him is a grizzled, old-looking man in heavy armor, white and gray hair. He's got scars all over his face. He's an old, well-built man. He's a veteran. He's a veteran fighter, and he looks like he could knock some shit out. Behind him, you see a red female dragonborn. She looks equally as scarred. Like there's the notable scar is that there's a claw mark of like 3 claws going across her eye from diagonal from where her head is about to her snout. Mm-hmm. And hanging out of her mouth is a lit, rather large cigar. And as he walks in, you see the grizzled old man. Acantha, you know this old man to be known as Getty Hrothtooth, the captain of the Guard of Twin Sides. And behind him is his second in command.
His second in command,
Hasty Burnscale.
Hasty?
Yep. Hasti.
Burn scale.
If you said why, I was gonna be, but that's hasty.
Yep.
And it's Getty Tooth?
Getty Hrothtooth. Hroththooth.
Why not just Roth-tooth?
Because that's not what I wrote.
Well, why not just make it Roth-tooth?
Because this is his campaign and he gets to
Well,
make
his
names.
campaign is dumb. Roth isn't a word.
It doesn't
Says
matter.
the man who made
It matters
something
to me.
the
Graak.
Vermin War.
Yeah. You turned a joke into actual plot.
I'm well within my rights as a DM to do that.
And I'm well within my rights to call this guy Hrothtooth.
Yeah, but you're wrong.
Okay, so I recognize Getty Tooth
And
and Hasty.
Hasty Burnscale.
I'm just gonna put in a thing over the A so I know.
Yeah. You don't recognize Hasty. Like, you knew he had like a second in command, but you don't know her name, but you know that she existed. Getty you've known since essentially as not as a child, but with your occasional run-ins to the law when you were an urchin, you know of this man's existence. You've seen him, and it's him. So
Alright.
he looks around and goes, "What the hell did I just witness?"
They've been flipping each other off this entire time.
Oh, this is me not paying
We made
attention.
peace.
Just flipping off like a dance, rolling thunder.
Yeah, they were doing that, and then they
And then
They
we
shook
made
hands.
peace.
Jesus Christ.
Anyways, continue. Sorry.
Anyway, so Getty looks around and he just goes, "Huh. Well, this is the Twin Side Terrors, and
Not anymore, they're not.
fair enough.
More like the twin side twinkle toes.
More like the twin side Ted people.
Good job.
Getty just goes, aces. Anyway, Kieg just goes, they're all dead. We made sure of it. He's clearly lying about that dude up top. And Getty goes, well, either way. Regardless, I guess now we can repurpose this building, because either way, no one's occupying it anymore. Well, we'll do the cleanup, you can leave. And Getty hands Kieg a signed writ of confirmation of this being the Twinside Terrors. And he walks over to the body, like the body of the nearest one, and did you guys strip all of their gear and armor and stuff? Like when
I looked through it, but nobody needed any.
Okay, so he rips off the nearest guy's leather armor and like rips open his shirt, and on his chest is that symbol of the Twinside Terrors, that one T, one upside down T in a circle. And he nods, and Kieg just sort of grunts, and Getty just kind of glares at every one of you and roll an insight check.
That's a D10. I need a D20.
18 plus
Is that all?
insight. 24.
Okay. You're out cold.
The short rest, remember?
Yeah, but that just because you healed doesn't mean you woke up. It's just because you're
Okay, so
you're
he's
basically
still
napping.
unconscious.
You're
Okay.
still out cold.
25.
Okay.
I got
What's
a
that?
rock. No, 12.
I got a rock. And what is
17.
Okay, so the Future and Graak, you notice that as Getty looks upon you, it's clear that he's not really keen on you guys. You can tell that looking upon you, he kind of regards you as members of Aces as being like.
Well, I mean, his comment on my Ted people was enough to signal to me that he doesn't like aces.
Yeah, but
Maybe he
like,
just doesn't like bad jokes.
yeah, clearly you can tell specifically that he's not very keen on you guys, and he looks upon you guys as like a necessary evil.
Maybe he's racist.
Maybe he is.
Maybe we just kind of fucked up too much.
Hosty kind of just takes a long pull on her fat cigar, and you notice that she indeed inhales, and a huge blast of smoke just shoots out of her nostrils, and she doesn't even blink. And she just kind of hisses quietly and shakes her head, and she says, I'll be outside. And I can't do funeral.
I'll be outside.
I'll be outside. I'll be outside, yar! No. And she steps outside as she has no interest in...
You could do kind of a snaky voice.
You
know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
draw
but...
out your S's. I'll be outside.
You could lisp it.
I can't do
I'll be
lisps.
outside.
I can't do lisps very well.
Outside.
Anyway, she just kind of like seamlessly like taps like the thick clot of ash at the end of her cigar and like walks out, and she just leaves. Whereas Getty just kind of looks over his shoulder and shrugs and looks at the rest of you and says, well, I've given you your signed rate of completion. We'll take care of the bodies. But you guys have free reign of looting, I guess, as your right of aces.
They didn't have anything on them.
Nothing worth taking.
And he also steps out, and he just kind of glares over his shoulder with his one glaring eye and looks upon all of you and says, just let us know when you're done. And he steps outside and obviously waiting.
So, Kieg, why is this guy such a dick?
Kieg just looks at you and shrugs, just, I don't know.
Wait. Could not Darthi's dagger be magical?
Not Darthi's dagger?
Yes.
Well, I don't know.
Well, does anyone here know how to detect magic?
You would have to go and do an Arcana check.
I could probably do that.
I got a +4 in Arcana.
You can give it a shot.
I have a +6 in Arcana.
Because, I mean, that dagger did a whole lot of shit to us.
There you go, Future.
Alright.
Alright, the future. Is it magical?
Alright, did you ask the Future?
Yeah, can you check out this dagger?
Yeah.
'Cause this guy kind of fucked us up with it.
9 plus 6, so
9 plus 6, 15.
15.
With a 15, you cannot detect magic.
Shit.
Anybody else?
You know what? Let me check it out too. Just 2 hits are better than 1, right? 19.
Looking upon it, and you also cannot sense magic on it. You figure that he just landed some really good blows with that dagger.
No, it's not magic, but he just got lucky.
Just fucked you guys up. No, he rolled crits with his dagger.
Ah,
That's why it especially fucked you all up.
That explains everything.
And now we know.
The more you know.
Rainbow.
I like the idea that Graak's voice changes.
Yeah, when Graak is really disappointed.
When Graak is in battle, he's just got that big.
I will kill you all!
When
When he's outside of battle, he's like, "Hi guys, this is really interesting.
He's
Check
got a
this out. This is really neat."
So I'm just going.
I'm gonna kill you all! As opposed to,
Hi guys! How are you all this fine morning?
Okay, so
He just dies inside.
And now we know why he almost got. Why is he dead?
sounding unbefitting of an orc.
Yeah,
couldn't take
that's why he was stabbed in the face, because everybody in his clan was tired of his dumbass voice.
Why did you guys kill
You can attempt to.
I swear my revenge!
You can attempt to wake Darthi up after stabilizing him,
Yeah, let's do
or
that.
you can slit his throat.
I have manacles.
Let's interrogate him.
Keep in mind, if they notice that you take like an hour to figure things out, they're gonna.
Yeah, so I have manacles that we could put on really quickly, just so when we wake him up. I mean, we've already taken away his dagger and shit, but
You taking away his weapons and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so,
let's put the manacles on.
So, who gets the honor of slapping him awake?
Don't kill him.
Yeah, I'm gonna slap him awake.
I'm not even gonna bother with that. He's out cold. You slap him up, and after a while, he opens his eyes blearily. His eyes are bloodshot, and he still looks really bad.
Just see.
Where's Darthi?
He just kind of opens.
Where's the Joker?
Where's Scarecrow hiding the drugs?
Where's Darthi?
God damn it! He looks up blearily, and he opens his eyes, and there's like a wave of panic in his face as he just looks around, desperately panicking, kind of scrambling a little bit, but not being able to go anywhere.
Good day.
He doesn't.
You owe us some information.
He just kind of like starts shaking. Roll an intimidation check. Somebody.
22! That could have been a 4, but it wasn't.
You see him open his eyes in wide shock and terror, and he just kind of starts almost vibrating in his like seat, and like you smell the subtle scent of urine as it potentially pools around his pants. But he says nothing.
Hey, Gingy, quit pissing yourself and talk. Want me to roll an intimidation check?
No, he opens his mouth, and you notice a distinct lack of a tongue.
Ah, son of a bitch, he's useless to us.
Who?
The wound does not look recent.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. Did he?
Clever bastard.
Son of a bitch.
Wait, does anyone have any writing utensils? Like a pencil?
Were there some in the desk?
There's in fact some quills and ink pens, but he is also shaking violently. He doesn't.
Yeah, no, he probably won't. He probably won't write it out.
Yeah. All right. Since he's not going to give us any information, you can do what you want to him.
I almost feel bad for him because
I don't.
Well, here's the
neither do
thing.
I mean, he was a bandit.
But was he?
And he tried to kill us.
Because
he did try to kill us.
He did have his tongue cut out. None of the other bandits had their fucking tongues cut out.
Yeah, but he also tried to kill us.
He did.
4 of us almost died.
Yeah, but not me.
Well, you actually he didn't almost kill you. The future almost killed you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he almost
Future
killed...
got more hits on me than this guy.
Right.
Yeah, it's just I kind of
Alright.
I don't know. I mean,
We can always throw him to the police downstairs.
we found a survivor?
Yeah, I mean, just because, like I said, they cut this guy's tongue out, and he can't tell us if he was willing or not, or anything like that.
Kieg immediately looks at Gromhan and goes, "What do you think?"
Means get the fuck off your phone, George.
Isn't he unconscious still?
Oh
Yeah, so...
boop,
Alright, so...
needs to be edited out.
Gromhan has been
Graak-
unconscious this entire time.
No! Gromhan woke the fuck up! Cannon!
So, Graak turns to Kieg and says, "Go get that constable. Tell him we found a live one."
Kieg just goes, "I'd rather just kill him." And he stomps off.
If you want to just kill him, then kill him. But if he could give us any sort of
Kieg
info...
immediately whips out his short sword and throws it.
Oi!
Keeg. No.
Hey,
No!
up here, we
Please
found a
don't.
live one.
Yeah, so are you legit
Sorry,
doing
sorry.
that?
You can't tell me I can't.
Yeah,
Are
but
you
I could
legit
put,
doing that?
Yeah, I'm
I'm going to try to deflect that, or at the very least, body block it.
As Kieg whips out his...
I step in front of
Kieg
him.
whips out his short sword, ready to throw, as you say, kill him if you want to, and then notices that Acantha steps ahead of him and blocks the path, and he
With
goes...
my bosom.
Yeah, so
with her beautiful pale
So,
white tiefling
alright.
breasts.
I'm going to continue saying, but if there's a chance he could give any useful information as to the whereabouts of Darthi, then shouldn't we take that chance?
And as this is all
And,
happening, I already called the constable.
Yeah.
As Kieg puts away his short sword and begins to turn away, after you say if he could ever give any useful information, you hear the sound of almost like a firework going off, and just a pew, and suddenly a bolt of purplish pink energy screams out and slams into the would-be Darthi's chest, sending him backwards, and his body goes limp.
Shit! Did anyone see where that came from?
The future, it had come through the window. The future and Acantha.
What window?
You're out cold.
The open window.
The open
Okay,
window.
I'm still out. Okay.
The Acantha and the future.
God damn it, Keeg, you should have closed that window.
Know this spell upon it, almost in slow-mo, just shooting through the window and going past them as magic missile, as it crashes into the would-be Darthi. Do you guys, yeah. Damn!
That's not fucking around.
That's
Missile.
That's a magical missile.
Do any of you guys run to the window? Kieg does.
Yeah.
Kieg's more likely to see anything than I am.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I
You immediately run to the window?
I run to the window to see where it came
two people
from.
is a little too many. Well,
Okay,
more than
so
two is too many.
Kieg and Acantha rush to the window, and you don't even need to make a perception check. At the far, almost 3 or 4 houses down, you see what looks to be a shadowy figure in a robe, just kind of.
Excuse me, I have dark vision.
You do, but
Does that help?
It does,
Because it's
It's
only
in the
4
day.
houses away.
but no, it's in Shadehaven.
And
Oh,
it's
it's
shadowy.
always dark.
It's always black in Shadehaven.
It's always dark in Darktown.
So,
You do have dark vision, and you can see him, but he's just all in black. His face is covered. There's a hood. You can't see
All right.
the definitive figures. And
Does
once
he
again,
moon
I
them?
tried.
no, he just raises his head in that salute, and looking at Acantha, he just makes this motion where he kisses his fingers and does a salute.
I flip him off.
And
Yeah.
you almost get the sensation that he's giving you a wink, but you can't see it. And immediately he just books it across the roofs. Kieg actually scrambles to jump through the window and try to book it after him, but as he gets, you even watch it as he walks across another roof. You see there's a shrouded figure jump off the roof, and there's a flash of purplish black light, just violet light, and that's it.
Son of a bitch just blinked.
And
You know what? But we know what color his magic is.
Yeah,
It's
but
purple.
how useful is that?
Kieg stops, and you, Acantha, see he stomps his foot, makes a growl, a loud snarl of frustration. Sorry, mid-burp. A snarl of frustration. And
We're keeping this podcast sexy.
yeah, right?
Only here.
Yeah, secretly, everyone in this podcast just has their pants off.
Well, I mean, if I'm okay, I'm okay with it if you are.
Right? We've just been going like ultra commando the entire time.
Yeah, because we had to put towels down. There's a lot of nuts touching chairs here.
Right? And Kieg just makes the sound of frustration as your apparent would-be quarry, in a mocking tone, seems to have like escaped once more.
Alright. I tried to do the right thing by this poor guy.
You did, but...
Which means he probably could have told us.
I tried as well, which means that he must have had some sort of remote listening.
Maybe.
The Darthi...
Yeah.
Obviously Darthi. Actually, no.
The for real.
Unless whomever we thought was Darthi was this guy all along and is just like a puppet illusion, whatever have you, you know?
Yeah, who knows?
And this guy in the cloak is the real mastermind who created this Darthi to, you know, serve as the face leader of the Twin Peaks terrors.
Yeah.
Twin side
terrors. God, I keep saying Twin Peaks! I never even watched that show!
You didn't miss much.
Fortunately, after a while, Gromhan, I'm surprised George hasn't commented because he's on his phone!
He was knocked out, but you should be
The
listening.
player!
You should be listening to what's going on. Did you hear any of what happened?
I'm not supposed to. I'm knocked out.
What ultra... What is the opposite of metagaming? What is true role-playing? The look of furious disappointment in Wednesday's eyes is so clear.
That's why I'm on my phone.
You fucker!
I'm not supposed to know what's going on.
The amount of how
You know
much...
what? I'm going to applaud you.
The amount of bloody murder both Wednesday and me are feeling at the moment. You might be skinned before you leave this house.
I stabbed Gromhan.
Gromhan has been viciously murdered for no reason. Uncle Ben is pleased.
They killed one of our dwarves.
Cough.
I use fake
But
Darthi's
you're
dagger.
oddly covered in...
after all that laughing.
You're oddly covered in dwarf blood.
I did a med check. I tried to save him.
It didn't work.
I'm just holding it.
I ended up slipping and rolling all over in his blood. Not in celebration or anything.
It's not like I took a literal bloodbath.
See this? Sad blood.
Yeah, this is
the blood of sorrow.
The blood of sorrow. That was exactly what I was going to say. All right. Anyway, Gromhan wakes up, dazed, confused, and surrounded by mystery that he knows nothing about. For the future, if you do that again, I will beat you senseless. I'm not even joking. So, all right. So, you've lost your quarry yet again.
For the second time now.
Yeah, at this point, he's just kind of fucking with you and making fun of you the entire time.
That means if he was still around to do that, he never left far, so he's probably still in Shadehaven, just hiding somewhere close enough for his magic to still be viable.
But the thing is, you're always sitting around and talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what the hell can we do?
Nothing.
I'm no skilled magical tracker.
I'm gonna
DM plot points. You can't do shit.
I'm gonna percept.
Percept what? You just woke up. You see that everybody looks a little bit more mad than when you were knocked the fuck out, which is pretty weird considering it was in the middle of a fight.
All right,
What happened?
All right, real quick question. All right, is there any way I can guess the trajectory and figure out where it roughly came from?
We
do a
know
math
where
check.
it came from.
It came from 4 houses down.
Yeah.
It came from that asshole.
All right, so I guess I'm gonna go over to that area, try and figure out, do a little investigating. Maybe
Okay,
see if you can
check.
detect where magic
What's
came
that?
from.
Make an Arcana check.
Or where magic went.
Yep.
As you climb through the window. Was that a 20 that you rolled?
No.
Oh,
it's a
okay.
7. So 7 plus a 6.
Oh, you smell magic, but you can't really...
Well, I meant going over to going over to where the shot was fired.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you make an Arcana check. There is no lingering magic in the area.
All right.
If
That
you
you
want,
can
you can
Can I
make...
make an
least.
investigation?
Of course.
Cool. 12 plus 6, so 18.
You notice Nothing out of the ordinary, like no left this isn't like some sort of goddamn like cartoon movie where somebody leaves a scrap of cloth on a twig as they run to the woods.
Alright.
Like, you unfortunately don't see any sort of thing that could be akin to anything.
Damn it.
After a while, you hear the call of Getty going, "What are you doing on the roof? Gee, what are you doing?" Like, he's just kind of confused at this point.
I'm just going to
Just wave your hands in some sort of magical
as he gives you the
spell.
stink eye, because he finds aces to be apparently deplorable, and he's just, at this point, you can kind of tell that he thinks you're a weirdo.
I wouldn't be the first. Probably not going to be the last.
Okay, so what do you do now, guys?
I guess
there's-
mission complete.
I don't really know if there are any threads we can follow up here.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna have to call this one, this asshole, MIA.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it seems so.
I think we're just gonna have to keep an ear out if we hear anything that's...
Hear of any purple, blackish, pinkish magic in Shadehaven, or some black shadow-robed asshole.
Yeah.
Yep. After a while, after you guys find yourself outside, because presumably you don't want to stay in a house full of dead people and blood, and after you see that Kieg is talking not heatedly with Getty, but like there's obviously an exchange going on, and Getty just kind of stands there as Kieg walks up to the group and says,
"You're a loose cannon, Kieg.
You're a loose cannon, Kieg." Table slam.
You wrecked 14 cars.
Oh my god.
You're making this department look like a bunch of maniacs.
And then he gets a black buddy cop person to follow him around for the rest of the movie. After
Played
a while,
by Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I didn't want to say Eddie Murphy, but I couldn't remember the other black buddy cop actors. So Kieg walks in and says, "Well, it looks like we're done here. I guess we can call it a night or whatever. There's not enough time to start investigating in the next job, and we're all haggard and we've all taken a beating. So tomorrow morning I'll present you guys with your due payments."
Awesome, Kieg, because I really gotta pee.
Hot.
I want to skip.
Alright, I guess I'm heading home then.
It's $50 if you want to watch.
I'm not into it.
50 gold pieces.
I'm not really into that.
Oh man.
I love how loud we're being, because fuck the neighbors downstairs.
Fuck the neighbors downstairs.
They're assholes. They're huge dicks. Fuck them. I don't care how loud I am at midnight. Eat a dick, neighbors.
Oh shit, it's midnight.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
midnight.
that.
They scared the way their roommate.
Alright, so you've basically been allowed to return to your respective homes and or rented rooms if you have a home you can go to it, or if you have rented rooms in the Flailing Goblin Inn. Because for those who do not have homes, usually
or designated sleeping spots in the local park.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The Flailing Goblin often allows their rooms to be essentially rented out to aces, because the Flailing Goblin almost specifically caters to them. So, does anybody have any late night business they want to do? Actually, as you step out of Shadehaven, if you decide to leave Shadehaven, if you look at the clock, it's only about I would say like 7 in the afternoon, because Shadehaven changes tones in light tones of dawn to twilight to night, and this would be the time that it would look to be night in Shadehaven, but outside the sun is just starting to set.
Alright. I'm gonna go home, check if Echo's brought me my things.
What do you guys want to do? Because one of the interesting things that wasn't really discussed is that the Future owns a bookstore.
Oh.
Well, he works part-time at a bookstore, and he has...
Oh, I thought he owned it.
No, he lives above it, and sometimes works there.
Okay.
He also employs a homeless goblin girl to get him basic necessities.
That's fair.
Huh.
Okay.
I'm keeping the poor ladies.
Yeah.
And just in my head, Graak never quite got over living out in the wild, so he just
camps outside.
Camps out in the wilderness.
He camps out.
Well, in the relative wilderness.
It's like when you're a little kid and you get to go camping in your backyard, so he's just in somebody's backyard in a tent.
You camp out in the warrens and you nod to the respective orc people and goblins that you've
The orc
seen.
tribes that haven't tried to kill me.
Yes, they haven't tried to outright murder you. You stake your camp and you take some slips.
Yes.
I don't remember where I go.
You probably have rented a room out in the Flailing Goblin.
Okay, I go there.
Okay, you go in. It's It's not necessarily like happy hour, but something along the lines. People are getting real drunk, but it's not winding down and it's not building. It's kind of at this median. As you wander in, you just see a bunch of regulars, and like you even hear like, "Hey, Gromhan!" Because you
drinking time.
You probably have gone there when you weren't an ace, a member of Aces. But that's it. And what do you do, Acantha?
I'd like to pay a visit to the broken barn.
Okay? So you go back to the broken barn. It's significantly cleaner than when you first visited, as it seems like everybody in the broken barn has really pitched in to try to spruce it up. It no longer has this like beaten, battered look. It's just there wouldn't be as many tables and chairs as a normal bar would have.
I'd like to talk to the I think she was a half-orc.
Yeah, just
Barmaid?
I can't remember her name right here.
I don't have it written down. I just have Velia.
I'll get it in a second. It started with an S. I don't want to say it's Sarah.
That's a very non-orky name.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Probably Shara or something.
Shala.
Shala. All right.
Okay.
I was close.
Oh, she is an orc. Never mind.
Oh, she's a
full orc?
full orc?
She is a fork.
Okay.
And she is remarkably pretty for a fork.
Maybe that's
Fork.
why I thought she was a half-orc.
Yeah, she got some pretty decent charisma for a fork.
So I'd like to talk
well,
to
so do I.
Shala.
Yeah, and so you go in and you notice Shala actually like hefting a large cask of ale on her shoulder, and she like puts it behind the bar, and she just lets out a grunt of like exertion, and she looks up, wiping her brow, and peers at you, and she's like, "Oh, it's you. Oh, didn't expect to see you at all, really."
Well, I just stopped by to let you know that we actually killed everyone of the Twinside Terrors.
And she looks at you and she just goes, "Oh," like her eyes are open, and there's it's not like a wash of a single emotion. It's a series of different emotions of like mixed of joy, frustration, a little bit of like sorrow, but like just relief. Mm-hmm. And she just gives you a nod. She doesn't like respond. She gives you a knowing nod as to what that means and what that represents, and she just nods.
And if you could just let Velia know.
I will. I definitely will.
Because I was thinking of her the entire time we took them out, because the same thing happened to a close friend of mine who was a halfling, and I couldn't let them get away with that.
She just gives you a nod, and she has like a grim look of. You can tell that she's like appreciative, but she doesn't really say anything verbal. She just gives another nod, and she just kind of glances upward to the upstairs where we last saw Velia, and she goes, "Well, I'll let her know, and thank you." And she gives one more nod before she says, "I have to go back into the back room. There's still a lot of work to do, and we're not getting any customers, so we might as well get them done now." And she heads into the back room again to presumably get more stuff.
I called to her, "No problem, and if you need anything else, you know where to find us."
She gives kind of, like, as she disappears into the room, she just kind of taps on or she kind of just puts a hearty hand against the door frame. Kind of like the equivalent of a thumbs up, but like an acknowledgement of that.
So then I head back to the Flailing Goblin, because that's where I'm actually staying.
Okay. So, you see what Gromhan saw. Some, bunch of drunken people. You get the occasional familiar catcalls from people that you've gotten catcalls from before. It doesn't change.
Yeah.
Some
Alright.
calls out, and but you are unaccosted as you go to your room.
Alright, I think I'm going to take a long rest.
Okay.
I think we all need a long rest.
All right.
Yeah, after that nonsense.